Page 18, more conjugates. So the conjugates we'll be working with on this page are ones where we have roots that are not 2. And it's only one term. So if you look at the top of the page, we have y over the nth root of x. So the conjugate of the nth root of x would be the nth root of x to the n minus 1 power. Now you could possibly have one that's more simplified than that, but this one will always work. We multiply it out, you'll just be left with x at the bottom, whatever number this was. And at the top we have y times the nth root of x to the n minus 1 power. We are rationalizing a denominator. You want only natural numbers in the denominator if possible. The first 3 examples are done for you. So like on the first one right here, we have n to the 3rd power. So if we add one more to that, we'll have x to the 4th power. Because 3 plus 1 was 4. So we're left with x, absolute value of x, since this is an even root. And then at the top, we're just going to multiply each term by 1, which is just the 4th root of x. Now the next one, we have 3x, and that's 1. So in this case, 7 minus 1 is 6, so that's why we have 6 right here. And then we're just left with 3x. And of course, at the top, we just distribute 5. And now the last one here on this first row, 3x squared. We have 3x squared and then to the 4th power. Now, you could also do 3 to the 4th and x to the 3rd power. And that would just even be more simplified. But in the denominator, this would be 3x squared. That would still be considered rationalized, though, so either of those answers would work. Let's look at the next row. So we have the 6th root of x for a unity fraction. So it looks like we're going to start with x to the 5th power down here because 1 plus 5 is 6, and we're just left with x. And at the top here, the only thing that's missing here is the 2. So 2 is going to go up there. Looks like for this last one at the bottom, we have the cube root of 4x squared. It's just one of those because 2 plus 1 is 3. At the top here, there's no coefficient for the radical, so it's just a 1. Let's look at some in the next column. So this one, they give you the original fraction and the unity fraction. You just need to multiply those together. So at the top, we're going to get the 4th root of 5x to the 3rd power. And then at the bottom, we're just left with 5x. Because 3 plus 1 is 4, and so that makes it cancel out. And then let's look at the last column. So for this one, we're looking for the unity fraction. It's the conjugate of this denominator. So we're going to have the 8th root of x to the 8 minus 3 power, which is 5. So up here we're going to have 4 times the 8th root of x to the 5th power. We have absolute value of x since 8 is an even root. Let's do one more. So we have the 5th root of 3x squared. We would get 3x left. So we're going to have the 5th root of 3 to the 4th power and x to the 3rd power. So at the top we're going to have 7 times the 5th root of 3 to the 4th power times x to the 3rd power. And then here's some more information about when you put absolute value signs outside the variable. Up here at the top of the page, instead of putting 3x squared to the 4th power, to get 3x, we do need to have this. If we did this instead, that would have been 3x squared. Okay, finish this page and then move on to the next page.